You know, in a market that's absolutely dominated by giants, what if you could trade just like them? I mean, what if you could look at the market not as this place of random chaos, but as a system of probabilities that you could learn to stack in your favor? Well, that's what this is all about. Welcome to the Confluence Matrix Pro, your gateway to smart money success. It's time to stop guessing and start executing with precision.
So let's just break down the fundamental difference here. On the left, you see what is probably very familiar, the typical retail approach. It's a tangled mess, right? Conflicting indicators, a lot of hope, a lot of emotion. It's really just a recipe for guesswork. But then, look at the right. This is the institutional method. It's calm, it's calculated. It's like a funnel where the trend, the momentum, volume, structure, everything gets interrogated before a single dollar is put at risk. This is the real difference between gambling and executing.
And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures the professional philosophy. See, this isn't about finding more trades, it's about finding the right ones. It's a huge mindset shift, moving away from chasing every little move to just patiently waiting for that one moment when all the forces align in your favor. That right there is the professional edge.
So you're probably wondering, how do we get that edge, right? Well, the answer lies in one single, incredibly powerful concept: confluence. This is the antidote to all the guesswork, and it's the core principle that drives every single decision inside the Confluence Matrix Pro system.
Now let's look closer at this definition because it is absolutely crucial. We are not talking about predicting the future here, we're talking about probability. Think of it like building a case in court. You know, one piece of evidence, that's interesting. But 5 independent pieces of evidence all pointing to the exact same conclusion? Well, that's a verdict. And in trading, that is confluence.
And this is exactly how we build that verdict. The entire system works through 19 distinct analytical filters, and each one acts as a layer of confirmation. We start with the big one, the foundational trend. Then we add in structural positioning, analyzing those key support and resistance levels. After that, we validate the momentum to make sure the move has real strength behind it. And finally, we check volatility and volume just to confirm the institutions are in on the move.
All right, let's pop the hood and see how this all comes together. We're about to take a tour of the multi-layered defense system that makes this whole thing possible. The 19-filter arsenal that powers every single signal.
You know, everything, and I mean everything, starts with confirming the trend. We begin with a basic exponential moving average cross, the EMA cross, but the system scales this confirmation way up to what we call the institutional master stack. And this is the ultimate confirmation. It's where price and all the key short and long-term moving averages are perfectly lined up over both the volume-weighted average price, the View app, and the Ichimoku cloud. When this stack aligns, it's a huge signal that the big institutions are driving the market in one direction.
So once we know the trend, we have to ask a critical question. Is it actually safe to trade? And this is where our proprietary chop zone filter comes in. It uses a special algorithm that measures the angle of the moving averages to figure out if the market is trending with conviction, that's the green zone, or if it's just consolidating sideways in that yellow chop zone. Staying out of the chop is one of the biggest, single best ways to protect your capital, period.
Now this slide shows you the final layer of confirmation. It's a multi-dimensional check on momentum. So, before any signal can fire, the system first validates that the market is out of that dangerous chop zone. Then, it interrogates 3 key indicators. The RSI confirms we're not overbought or oversold. The ADX confirms the trend has enough strength. And the DMI confirms whether it's the bulls or the bears who are really in control. A signal only gets that go when all of these dials agree.
Okay, so what does all of this actually mean for you? I mean, having this powerful engine is one thing, but how does it translate into a real, tangible edge in the market? Let's talk about the unfair advantage it gives you and how it's designed to eliminate the most common pains of trading.
Well, for starters, this system gives you direct access to institutional-level analysis without you needing a whole team of quants. It completely eliminates guesswork by giving you these crystal-clear mechanical states: buy, sell, or neutral. It basically forces you to wait for the highest probability setups, and because it's built to be automation-ready, you can execute with discipline every single time.
Just think about the biggest frustrations in trading. That fear of missing out or revenge trading. The strict signal logic just stops you cold. Losing money in those choppy, sideways markets? The yellow chop zone is an explicit command to just stay out. Analysis paralysis? The dashboard gives you one single clear verdict. This system is truly a pain pillar for the most common and costly trading mistakes out there.
But ultimately, this is about transforming you as a trader. You move from being a speculator who's driven by hope and emotion to becoming a systematic trader driven by data and process. Your entries are no longer guesses. They are confirmed, calculated decisions that are based on a framework you can repeat. And that is the path to consistency.
All right, let's get into execution and see how this all builds into your very own command center for the market. This is what it really feels like to have the full power of the Confluence Matrix Pro right at your fingertips.
This is it. This is your command center. Instead of trying to juggle 19 different charts, the dashboard synthesizes all of that data for you. You see the multi-time frame chop table right there, giving you this bird's eye view of market conditions. You can see it all at a glance. Trend status is confirmed. Momentum is fully aligned. The structural shields are holding. The system processes all that underlying complexity and just gives you a single, actionable verdict, ready to execute.
And because of that clarity, your execution becomes a simple, disciplined checklist. Are the trend filters green? Check. For structural alignment, the system automatically finds these smart money concept zones, highlighting bullish order blocks and key liquidity areas where institutions are probably going to step in. Is momentum validated? Check. And finally, is there enough volume to support the move? The system checks if volume is exceeding its moving average. When all those boxes are checked, you have an institutional-grade entry signal. It's that simple.
And once you're in a trade, the system helps protect you. It doesn't just leave you hanging. It uses tools like the parabolic SAR and the average true range, or ATR, to help you manage your risk. The automated trailing stop loss is designed specifically to lock in your profits as a trend matures, which takes that emotional decision of when to take profit off the table and systematically protects both your capital and your gains.
Look, this is so much more than just another strategy or indicator. It's a completely new way of approaching the markets. It's your opportunity to really transform your trading and step into a world of disciplined, data-driven, institutional-grade success.
And here is the path to get there. It's a clear, actionable journey. First, you configure the system to your trading style. Then, you paper trade to build trust and confidence in the signals. Next, you deploy with real capital, but with discipline. And finally, you reach the goal, executing with the precision and the confidence of a true professional.
So let's be crystal clear about the core promise here. The Confluence Matrix Pro doesn't promise you profits. No system can. What it does promise is a process, an elite process for identifying those rare moments when the market's forces are overwhelmingly stacked in your favor. It's time to stop gambling on outcomes. It's time to start monitoring for opportunities. It's time to become the house.
The tools are here, the process is here, so the only question that's left is for you. Are you ready to finally make that shift? Are you ready to leave the chaotic world of retail guesswork behind you and start operating with the clarity and conviction of an institution? The institutions don't guess. With the Confluence Matrix Pro, neither will you. Don't just trade, dominate. Start today and unlock your potential. Thank you so much for watching. Trade with discipline, and may your confluence lead to success.